All right, fight fans, the Montero brothers back from the rooftop to preview not one, but 2 weeks worth of fights here. Let's get the party started. Thursday, May 17th at the Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio, California. Golden Boy Promotions back on ESPN2 and ESPN3. We have a Filipino lightweight, Romero Duno, and a Mexican lightweight, both fighting in 10 rounders. Both are 22 years old. Why aren't they fighting each other? I don't know.
Oh, God.
Some of these Golden Boy on ESPN2 cards are pretty bad.
Yeah.
They're just pretty bad. And, you know, when they made a deal with ESPN, we were promised certain things would happen. I can't think of a memorable Golden Boy on ESPN card. Jesus Soto Caras and Yoshihiro Kamagai. I think they fought a rematch maybe on ESPN or something. That was
a while back.
Right? Was that on ESPN? I think it was at ESPN at Belasco.
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah, was that?
That was Belasco, because we were over at Belasco for that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think Mr. Girth may have come to that.
Oh yeah.
Didn't he?
I don't know. No.
Oh, that was at StubHub.
That was Salido Vargas.
Yeah,
that was Salido Vargas.
Okay,
Mr. Girth is our cousin, for those of you asking him. There's a reason why they call him Mr. Girth. Well, anyway. Saturday, May 19th. Anyway, so that Golden Boy card, it is what it is. You know, if you're wanting to drink a beer Thursday after work, turn on ESPN2. It's also streaming on ESPN3. Saturday, May 19th, big fight. From the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Ontario on Showtime, Adonis Stevenson versus Badou Jack.
Hey!
The 9th defense of Stevenson's WBC light heavyweight title that he won off Chad Dawson in 2013.
2013. So we're talking 5 years.
5 years he's held that title.
9 defenses.
Right? You'd think it'd be more than that. Hasn't exactly been a murderer's row.
Honestly, man, name those names on that list.
Well, in 2013, this guy was the fighter of the year, man. Fighter of the year. And from that point,
that shows what money will do to someone.
Yeah. If you follow his Instagram, you'll see, he's got the coolest cars and clothes in the world.
Hey, man, you know what? Badou Jack.
Badou Jack. Adonis fought once in 2017. That was the Andres Fanfara rematch, which was unnecessary at that point.
Yeah.
He fought once in 2016 against Thomas Williams Jr. Jack fought twice in 2017. Once against James DeGale in a very good super middleweight fight.
Yeah. And
then he fought Nathan Cleverly at 175. He's had one fight at light heavyweight. He fought once in 2016 against Lucien Boutte. Adonis is 29-1 with 24 knockouts, turns 41 this September.
Wow.
Went pro in 2006, 5'11", southpaw with a 77-inch reach, only 38 amateur fights. Badou Jack, 22-1-2, 13 knockouts. He turns 35 in October, so he's no spring chicken, but he's closer to his prime, right? I'd say he's in his prime. Went pro in 2009. He's listed as taller than Stevenson. He's listed as 6'1", but only 73-inch reach. So Stevenson wider in the shoulders, longer arms.
He's a big guy.
He's an orthodox fighter, fought in the 2008 Olympics, 175 amateur fights. So although Stevenson's the more experienced professional, when you consider the amateur pedigree and all that, I'd say experience-wise, even.
Yeah.
The big thing for me, man, is size, just natural size and strength. Stevenson has been at light heavyweight since, I think, 2013 when he moved up, won the title. He originally fought at 168 as well. Jack one fight at 75, and that was against an old Nathan Cleverly. So you like Jack in this fight, though, all things considered?
Well, I mean, that's what my heart's going for. I could definitely see that, rapist winning, but I certainly hope that Jack wins. Yeah. I like him. He's just, go USA. Even though I love the Canucks, I absolutely love Canada. But
Badou Jack is a very
that guy.
International fighter, but now based here out of Vegas. I think he fought for Sweden in the Olympics. Was it?
Did he?
Was it Sweden? Yeah. But I like Jack's craft has been improving with every recent fight. He's been looking better and better. But man, Stevenson has that eraser
power.
He's a southpaw and he throws that straight left. He briefly worked at Crunk with Emmanuel Stewart before he passed. R.I.P. Emmanuel, such a great man, great man. Great for the city of Detroit and for the sport of boxing. But Emmanuel taught guys power. He taught
Yeah.
guys how to punch with power. He loved knockouts. And Stevenson got that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's got that damn eraser. But I can tell you, man, Jack was dropped by DeGale when they fought, right? If DeGale can drop you,
Yeah.
Stevenson can drop you
Absolutely.
and keep you down.
Yeah, he's got to stay away from his left hand. I mean, that
If
you
he
know,
can stay away from that left hand, can he win a
Box on the
decision in
outside.
Canada? Can he win a decision in Canada?
that's another tough feat. Like, he's got two things against him.
Definitely. Yeah.
I'm still going for him though.
I'm gonna go with you and say Jack by decision,
Split
but
decision probably.
maybe
realistically,
maybe one judge has it like 10
Yeah.
rounds to 2 for
Yeah.
Stevenson. The other two judges have it narrowly for
here's the
Jack.
thing, Stevenson's not an active fighter
No,
as far as
that's
like
the whole
how the
point.
rounds go. What I
He
mean
fights
is like,
in bursts.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
fight for 4 rounds and then he'll just
The
not trying
one
to
thing
lose you.
Jack did against, going back to that DeGale fight,
Yeah.
DeGale was using a lot of movement,
Yep.
and Jack went to the body.
Absolutely.
And slowed him down and almost had him out late. Down early in that fight, recovered, and I thought he beat Badou Jack, or I'm sorry, DeGale. It was was it a split draw? It was a draw either way.
It was a draw.
But he, in my opinion, he won that fight.
Yeah, had it slightly like 7-5, something like that.
Much
yeah.
bigger, stronger fighter though in Stevenson. If he can survive that left hand, and he might be put on his ass early in that fight, but I think he could get up off the canvas and come back and win enough rounds. And I just like him by decision, man. Maybe
Yeah.
we're being biased because we just don't like Adonis Stevenson.
I know.
Let me tell you,
Oh God.
we've had dinners with very knowledgeable people that have been around this business that have told us things off the record about this
Yeah.
guy. And some of you guys know the stuff that's on the record about him that's horrible enough. Just a despicable human being Adonis Stevenson is. Just a piece of
not a
shit.
guy you want to have your 13-year-old daughter around.
And Badou Jack is a good guy. He's one of the good guys in this sport. He's a really good, nice guy.
Yeah.
I've seen him interact with fans. Just a good dude. Maybe my heart is just
That's how I
making
feel
me
this one, yeah.
waver a little bit towards him.
He certainly has the skill. As you were
got the
talking about
skill.
the technical craft, he could do it. If he can get on the inside to where you can take away that
Get
eraser.
inside that left hand, right? Close that
and then,
distance,
you
get
know,
inside.
you can work the body when you're on the inside, and you're talking about the body work. So, I mean, it's possible. He just has to avoid that left hand coming in. He can't stay on the outside all day and dance around. But the thing is, Stevenson gets fucking tired. He tires out.
he's, at some point,
if anything, for the first minute of the round, dance on the outside, make him move, make him use his feet, make him throw lunging shots that miss, because that's what he did. Chad Dawson stands like a stiff, board and got clocked with that left hand.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone could have did that. A lot of people
well, he was
have.
coming off a loss anyway.
But
Because Ward had touched him up
Jack
real good
can win
before that
this
fight.
fight.
Yes,
He just has to fight smart and disciplined for 12 rounds. He cannot get sloppy. He cannot get stupid and cocky, as we talked about earlier with Lemieux. He has to absolutely be disciplined, fight smart, dart in and out, work the body, get out. Stand the outside for the first 4 rounds. As Stevenson tires, work your way in.
At some point, Stevenson's going to get old in there. Is this the night he gets old?
If you fight a smart fight, fight for 12 rounds.
But I got to say, this is another really solid fight from Showtime.
Yeah, I do like this fight.
I looked on Showtime's schedule. This is actually a doubleheader. I'll talk about the rest of it in a second. But Showtime's schedule is really, really pretty solid so far this year. I looked on HBO's upcoming fights. They just made a big announcement today that Kovalev, Eleider Alvarez is official, and it's in August. And okay, it's in Atlantic City, I think. Nothing else scheduled till then. We're in May.
Yeah.
Nothing scheduled on HBO till August.
Yeah.
Showtime, meanwhile, has several great fights coming up, and this is just one of them. They are slaughtering HBO.
Yeah.
It is not even close,
This
man.
is the second year they've been doing this.
Yeah, and HBO had a strong recovery at the end of last year. I don't think that's going to happen this year. Because if Canelo Golovkin 2 happens, it's going to be on pay-per-view. And it might not happen. It might not happen, man. We'll see. Also, with this
honestly, Team Golovkin needs to be
moving on.
Yeah, like you were saying.
Moving
I mean,
on.
either it happens or we're gone.
Well, if they move on
he
to-
ain't getting younger.
If they move on to a Billy Joe Saunders, that's pay-per-view too.
do that.
That's pay-per-view. So regular HBO, it will not be. Anyway, this is a split-site doubleheader from the MGM National Harbor in Oxon Hill, Maryland, close to D.C., a D.C. suburb. Gary Russell Jr. versus Joseph Diaz Jr. Really interesting fight, man. Third defense of Russell's WBC featherweight title. Russell's 4-0 with 3 knockouts since his loss to Lomachenko in June of 2014. You heard me right there. It's been 4 years since he lost to Lomachenko. He's 4-0. Not 8-0, not 10-0. 4-0 in 4 years. He had 1 fight in 2017, 1 fight in 2016, 1 fight in 2015. Diaz, in the same time since Russell lost to Lomachenko and has had 4 fights, Diaz has had 16.
Yeah. 16!
Now, he was a prospect for most of those. But,
like,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, math, bro. Do you even math?
Yeah, it's math.
Russell is 28-1 with 17 knockouts, 5'4", 64-inch reach. He's a southpaw, turns 30 next month, been a pro since 2009. Contrast that with Diaz. 26-0, 14 knockouts. A little taller, 5'6", same reach, listed at 64-inch reach. He's also a southpaw.
Yeah.
He's 26 this November, went pro in 2012. So he's been a pro 3 years less, has almost as many fights. His career just seems to be trajecting up, the trajectory. I don't know if trajecting is a word, but it's the trajectory is going up. Yeah. And we've just seen a complete stall from Russell, who both of these guys were very good amateurs. I think Russell went to the Olympics, and I know Diaz did too. Both of these guys, good American amateurs, have come out, built themselves, built good careers. Russell seemed to go the PBC route. Easy titles. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Soft touches. Loses to Lomachenko, who's only a fight or 2 after that. He gets a title shot against a stiff. Wins. Has defended a few times. Golden Boy. All the shit I give them for being 100% into Canelo and almost 0% into everybody else, they have done a very good job building up Diaz.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I think Joseph Diaz Jr. is going to pull out a decision win in this fight.
Yeah, I mean, I could absolutely see that happening.
Most people are favoring Russell because of the hand speed and everything.
The hand speed, but
activity matters.
It matters a lot. Look, man, from what you read, I'm sorry, if I'm just going off of that, I'm absolutely going with Diaz. Now, when you take the actual fighters in the
eye test.
The eye test. I understand the head speed, and that's why people were so, nuts about Russell. But I mean, look at the way Lomachenko had in him. I don't know. Here's the difference. You talked earlier about Lomachenko growing from the Orlando Salido fight. He got manhandled. He was a bigger guy, using that against him. He wasn't used to the professional ranks. He was used to amateur style, this, that, and the other. You saw what he did to the bigger guy who was doing those things to him, and he ends up knocking him out. Have you seen that same progression and growth in that fighter, Gary Russell Jr., in the past 4 years?
No.
I think that answers
this
the
guy.
question.
This guy is no better than the fighter that lost to Lomachenko.
Yeah,
and now
that's
we're
what
not.
I'm saying.
We're not
saying that Diaz is Lomachenko.
We're not saying that.
But I'm saying he is ripe for
He's ripe for the picking.
Yeah.
And if Joseph Diaz Jr. is ready for this fight, as ready for this fight now as he's ever going to be, I think he's been the mandatory for well over a year, and it hasn't been Diaz and Golden Boy stalling. It's been Russell's side.
Yeah.
I just think that Diaz has a mental toughness about him. I've hung out with him and his father in the gym. You guys that subscribe to Boxing Monthly Magazine, you saw the piece I did on him, the feature piece a year or so ago. We did an interview piece on the channel. If you haven't seen that video yet, go research it. Just research Montero Unboxing Joseph Diaz, and you'll see that feature we did on him, where we interviewed him, showed him training a little bit. He's just mentally and emotionally on another level, and I just think skill-wise, it's Russell all day.
Yeah.
Russell's the better athlete. He's much much
But that's not always.
This is boxing. This is
I
boxing,
mean?
And I just think, and also it's in Russell's backyard, his glorified backyard, being close to DC.
If he can pull it 12 rounds,
it wouldn't surprise me again. We're talking about split decisions in Canada, right?
Yeah.
There might be one judge that has Russell wide.
I can see
that.
that
One judge, Uncle Al, you know, had a couple of drinks
that's
with,
the thing.
you know.
You talk about Diaz, you know, does he have that concussive power to really knock him out? Yeah, I don't think he does. So this can certainly go 12 rounds, and if it does, then yeah, I can see it being a ridiculous split decision.
I think
that, you know.
I think both of these fights on this Showtime card are going to be very, very good. They're likely both going to go the distance.
Yeah.
And they're going to have controversial decisions.
I can
but
see
in
that.
the end, I like Jack.
Absolutely.
I like Diaz. All right. Same day, this Saturday, Elland Road Football Ground in Leeds, Yorkshire, UK, a Frank Warren card. Lee Selby, 5th defense of his IBF featherweight title against Josh Warrington. Lee Selby, 31 years old. For some reason, he just feels younger than that to me.
Yeah.
Warrington, 27. He's 31, man. 26-1 with only 9 knockouts. Warrington, 26-0, only 6 knockouts. So guess what, guys? This is going all 12.
Yeah.
I like Selby to get a decision there, though.
Definitely.
Next Saturday, this Sunday. We haven't gone the next weekend yet. This Sunday, before we get to next weekend, in Tokyo, another Sunday night Japan card, Ryoichi Taguchi is fighting a South African fighter from Johannesburg, Heki Butler, who is a former 105-pound titleist, but this is the 8th defense of Taguchi's WBA light flyweight or 108-pound title. The first defense of his IBF 108-pound title. He's a unified titleist now. Look for Taguchi to win this fight on the cards and continue to be a unified champion there from Japan. Now, going to next week.
All right.
Friday, May 25th, we have another card in Japan. Jamie McDonnell defending his WBA bantamweight title for the 7th time against Naoya Inoue. Whew. An accidental cut caused a premature end to McDonnell's last bout against Liborio Solis. Inoue is 15-0, 13 knockouts. First fight at 118. Remember, he was on that Superfly card, moved up. He's 25 years old. I think he's going to win this fight.
Absolutely.
And he's going to win by brutal stoppage knockout.
That's the guy who I'm excited to see. That's the guy who I want to see fight the Thai, Robisai.
Well, if Rungvisai moves up.
Yeah.
They were at the same weight. Inoue moved up. He couldn't make 15
I know,
anymore.
it's just,
I know.
You're talking 3 pounds, come on.
For some of those guys, that's a lot, man.
I know,
but for Inoue,
yeah,
this will be his 3rd title in a 3rd weight class. This will be in his 16th fight. We talked earlier in this episode about Lomachenko winning 3 titles at 3 weights in 12 fights. Inoue is going to do it in 16 fights. That's pretty damn impressive.
Yep.
If Inoue wins this fight by knockout, nobody's calling Jamie McDonnell an elite level fighter.
No.
But he's a good quality world-class fighter. As I mentioned before, he has 6 defenses of his bantamweight title. This will be his 7th defense. He's traveling to Japan to cash out a little bit here. Inoue beats him. If he beats him by knockout, that's very impressive. And it's pound for pound level stuff, right?
Yeah.
3rd title, 3rd division in your 16th pro fight. Also on this card, and I believe this actually might be the main event. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But Ken Shiro is defending his WBC 108-pound title or junior flyweight title for the 3rd time against Mexican Ganigan Lopez. This is a rematch. These two fought last May. It was a majority decision win for Shiro. Doing it again, that was a controversial decision for him. Doing it again, defending his title. Saturday, May 26th, David Lemieux getting back in the ring.
All right.
Fighting in Quebec City, his first bout since the loss to Billy Joe Saunders last year. Also a couple of undefeated Canadian prospects on that card. See what else we got.
Interesting that Lemieux is getting into the ring before Saunders. Yeah, I mean, what is Saunders doing?
You know, I
didn't take a Golovkin fight. We don't hear anything else. I mean, like,
he had a fight.
He ever
he had a fight scheduled, but there were injuries and this, that, the other. He has a fight scheduled coming up, but yeah, you know, look.
I would love to see the guy actually fight.
Billy Joe Saunders was amazing against David Lemieux, right? Who had been softened up by Golovkin, right? And Lemieux's had weight issues in recent fights and everything, and Saunders has a ton of potential.
Yeah.
But he doesn't fight often enough.
No.
He should have fought in March already.
Yeah.
Right? He should fight 3 times this year. If I was coming off a career-defining win like that, and I was suddenly in the mix for Canelo or Golovkin, and a possible multi-million-dollar payday,
all it does is bring your money
I
up.
would be, exactly. Get in the ring and keep defending that title.
Yep.
It just brings your value up. But it is what it is. All right.
I don't get it.
Selland Arena in Fresno, California. Next Saturday. Top Rank on ESPN Plus app. This is on the ESPN Plus app.
I don't even have that.
$5 a month. No subscription to ESPN or cable required. $5 a month. All Filipino matchup here. Jerwin Ancajas, one of my favorite little fighters right now, going up against Jonas Sultan. 5th defense of his IBF 115-pound title. You're talking about super flyweights.
Okay.
Ancajas, much more experience, almost 100 amateur fights. Sultan only had about a dozen. All Filipino matchup. They're doing it in Fresno. There's a large Filipino population not too far from that area. They're going to have to drive a little bit to get out there. But I like that matchup. It's going to be fun, and I like Ancajas. He is a devastating puncher. I think a lot of people stupidly, just because he's Filipino and punches hard, are comparing him to Manny Pacquiao. It's ridiculously stupid. We don't have to compare every Filipino fighter to Manny Pacquiao.
Every good white basketball player is
Larry Bird. Yeah.
And even though I love Larry Bird.
Larry Bird was a very damn good player. All right, also on this card, Khalid Yafai defending his WBA 115-pound title for the 3rd time against Mexican David Carmona. Like Saddam Ali, who we talked about earlier in this episode, Yafai is the son of Yemeni parents. He was a 2008 Olympian.
Yemen's such a peaceful country.
Dude, you're killing me.
I'm sorry. This comes from me, not him.
The thoughts and reflections of Anthony do not reflect Montero and boxing necessarily.
Exactly.
Okay, for Yafai, this will be the first bout outside the UK. It'll be interesting to see how he performs. I think he has an opponent that's made to order. The Mexican Carmona has a lot of experience, though. He went 12 rounds with Inoue. He went 10 rounds with Carlos Cuadras. I was ringside for that one. A lot of people feel that that was a close fight. Cuadras got the nod. But look, should Yafai be successful? Should Ancajas be successful? Same division, fighting on the same card. Why not have these two unify next?
Absolutely.
Right? So Top Rank doing a smart thing here with the ESPN Plus app and setting this up for a possible unification later this year. Also, Jose Benavidez fighting on the undercard. And also from Biloxi, Mississippi, the boxing hotbed of Biloxi, Mississippi.
Yeah, man, it's hot down there.
It is a PBC on Fox Sports 1 card. A Mongolian-born fighter who now resides in Carson, a featherweight fighter, and I'm going to try to do...
Carson, right down the street from me.
Right by this guy. I'm going to try to do this name justice. Tugskok Nyambayar. His nickname is King Tug. Let's just call him King Tug. 2012 Olympian for Mongolia, fighting a Colombian fighter, an experienced Colombian fighter, Oscar Escandon. Also on this card, Eddie Ramirez, a 140-pound prospect from Illinois. Coming back from his KO1 loss to Antonio DeMarco last October, fighting on that card as well. So that's it. The next 2 weeks, that is the action coming up. The next time we do TNC, I will be recording it from Atlanta, Georgia, on the East Coast. Brother, it's creep it up, man. It's been, it seemed like so long ago, you know, when I announced that we were moving and all this, and it just boom, boom, boom. And here we are getting in the car this Friday.
I gotta say, as an outsider, man.
As an outsider, you're my brother. I mean, this guy's staying here.
I get it. I understand. I understand why they're doing it and all the possibilities. I mean, there's so many plus signs and very few negatives. I understand that. I just, for my own selfishness.
Well, you could be the MLB LA-based correspondent. We'll be back out here all the time. We'll be back out here, like I said, July 28th. If Garcia and Easter becomes official soon. I hate the way the PBC takes so long to announce fights, man. If that fight really is going down July 28th and it's at Staples, that's a big venue and a big market. Don't you want to announce that shit now?
Yeah, you want to start selling tickets.
Exactly.
And
That's
and
10 weeks from now?
Yeah.
Announce that shit. You know, get people talking about it, man. Mikey Garcia is obviously from this area. He's from, from Oxnard, right over the mountains that way behind
those
the camera.
Mountains, those fucking mountains, man.
That they can't see because they're looking downtown.
Those mountains, people.
Yeah. So anyway, Garcia will sell tickets here, but you need to announce that fight a lot sooner. Anyway, we'll be out here for that. So you guys, we'll see you at that fight. We'll be back, and I promise you that this move has strategic reasons. We're not going away.
It absolutely does.
And man, thank you guys for so much, just for the support. And
I will say to all the Los Angeles area people, hit me up. I want to go to fights. Let's hang out. I'll buy you a beer. Record this, show it to me on your phone, and yeah, I owe you a beer. So let's do it.
Well,
Staples Center, StubHub,
all of them.
All of them around. Yeah.
Well, there you go, guys. I don't know what else to add to that. I'm gonna miss this place.
And bring single women.
There you go.
Well, just women that want to have sex. They don't have to be single.
They don't necessarily have to be single.
No, they don't.
In all seriousness, guys, I'm gonna miss this place. I'll be back all the time, but living here, I bought this condo here in this building that we're filming on 3 years ago, and it was an absolute dump. You remember?
Yeah.
It was a shithole.
Yep.
And me and Tiff did a lot of work, head to toe in that place, fixed it up, and really made it a home. And that all coincided with the growth of MOB. It coincided with you moving out here and becoming a part of it, and us doing things together, covering fights together. It's just become family. And I can't thank you guys enough. But I want you to know, seriously, that, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. We ain't going nowhere, okay? We're still going to be involved in this thing more now than ever. We're going to have, I can't go on record with all of it quite yet, but we got things in the works that are going to be awesome. And so I'm just excited about it, looking forward to it, ready to get out there and get started. That's it, man. You got anything else to add before we bounce and go drink some more beer?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely down for that.
He's